Hey, welcome everybody to Metabolism 1.2. Again, we are in metabolism now. This is a new unit. You need to make sure you are backed out of microbiomes. And in this window here, where you can see all the units, then you're going to click on metabolism. And that's where it should take you every time you open up Amplify now. So metabolism, we want to go to chapter 1, molecules needed by the cells. And we did 1.1 already. This was the pre-unit assessment. I can't wait to see how you did. In that, accidentally clicked on it. Don't be like me. But hey, if you are, lucky you. Lesson 1.2 right here. Welcome to medical school. Ooh, boy, this sounds fun. Cool picture. Look at that. Hey, one of the first things that we're going to be doing is our warm-up. We are always going to start with a warm-up at the beginning of almost every single lesson. And one of the things that you need to do before this warm-up is watch a video. Today, we will begin a new unit called Metabolism. I asked you already what ideas you already had about metabolism, whether you've heard of metabolism before, what have you heard about metabolism, what do you think it is? I heard from a lot of students already some really good ideas, some things that were really right on as far as what metabolism is and where we're going to head in our understanding of metabolism. And so the first thing for this warm-up is you're going to watch a video. You are taking on the role of a medical student. So the medical students in this video, that's kind of like what you're doing. This is fictional. You can tell by the great acting that you're going to experience. So I've attached the video to our lesson. That's also on my YouTube channel. Go ahead and hit pause now and go watch that, and then come back to me. So you watch the video. Lisa, it's always tough to see someone who's not feeling well, especially a younger person. Let's go jump to our warm-up right here, because we have a question that we want to answer. And it's really just our initial ideas. Why do you think your new patient, Elisa, is feeling tired all the time? Explain your ideas. They did talk about a couple possibilities of like maybe her cells aren't getting what they need, things like that in the video. But what do you think? What's going on? Maybe you have an idea of maybe even what the actual illness is that's affecting her because you have some background. Whatever it might be. Go ahead, answer this question. What do you think? Write down your thoughts and then come back to me. So when I see you again, I will ask you this because I'm curious. What do you think is going on? Do you have any ideas? And then we'll collect all those ideas from you. And I'm supposed to say, you have a lot of good ideas. Well, I haven't heard your ideas yet. I'm not going to say they're good ideas until I hear them. But I'm pretty sure that, most people's ideas are at least not going to be horrible, right? No, but at this point, we don't know. We really don't know. So it's almost like anything is a good idea. I mean, not anything, but you know what I mean. So this is an involved simulation that we are about to check out. Activity 2 in Amplify right here is really just exploring the simulation. So you can launch the simulation right here by clicking on this link. Can I show you another place to get to the simulation? If you are able to get to this menu right here next to your Amplify Science, up in upper left-hand corner, you have all the simulations for all of the units that we're going to be doing here. I have more because I can access like other grade levels, but all of our simulations are right here. So we are doing this one, the Metabolism Sim. So you can also access it there, but usually whenever we're in the lesson, there will be a link when we are supposed to access it, like there is right here. So follow these directions. Select healthy body from the menu. In fact, why am I not opening it right now? I will. So we can take a look. Are you using an iPad? No. Apparently it takes its time because it's worth it. That's why. because it's worth it. Hey, we're going to let that keep doing its thing. And then select Observe. Explore with your partner. Mr. Wiggin, I don't have a partner. I know. Get your little brother or little sister over and talk about it. And think about these things. How does the simulation work? What do you notice? Let's see. Is it? It's still not. Here it is. Okay, so healthy body for us is already selected. And then what did it say? It said Observe. So if you go over here and you hit play, and then you hit reset, it's gonna say start over. Yeah, start over. And that's where it actually comes up with observe or test. We are doing observe right now, where we can just check things out. So play with it, see what you can do, try to figure some stuff out. What are all these little things? What is happening here? Can I click on any of this? Oh, what just happened there? What's those green things? What if I click on some of these? Do they tell me what they are? Can I slide? Oh, I can slide certain things. I can manipulate some of these things. Fish. Can I do something with fish? I don't know. Can what is happening? Play with this. Find out just what you can do. Make some observations. So let's talk about this simulation a little bit. You had an opportunity to play with it. So what this simulation is, it's the human body, if you haven't figured that out. And these are different parts of the human body. A lot of things happen in the human body, are hidden or too small to directly observe. So we use the simulation to help us learn more about how human body systems function. This is not what the inside of your body looks like. Okay, I hope you understand that. And this is not the actual size of things, relative size of things, but it's a model. It's a model of what is happening inside. So this simulation is called the Metabolism Simulation. It's a scientific model of the human body that simulates many things that actually do happen inside of the human body. So we already went through this. We looked at some of the things that happen. What did you notice? I will ask you about this next time we come together. Let's go ahead and take a look again at this simulation. There's all sorts of things that we can do. I'm going to actually reset it really quick. Start over. Yes, observe. So let's take a look at some of these things. Like, here we go. I want to add some fish. Can I add some fish? Ooh, I click on it. Look at a little fish. It goes in. That must be like the mouth or something. And I don't know, maybe that's the stomach. How about some corn? Eat some corn. In fact, eat a lot of corn. Oh, hold on. Okay, no problem. Okay, I can change activity level. How about sprinting? Oh yeah, of course. We want to dial this up right away. Digestive enzymes. I don't know. Let's go medium high. Who knows? Okay, it tells me my heart rate, breathing rate, tells whatever cellular respiration is. Who knows? Okay, interesting. So there's a lot of different things I can do here. I can hit pause. What's my graph? Oh, look at this. My graph, it shows molecules absorbed by cells. I have no idea what that means. Okay, oxygen. I know oxygen, right? So there's all sorts of things that you can do here. The key down at the bottom, this actually identifies all these different molecules, all these different colorful things. Those are all different molecules. And you can turn off and on each molecule if you only want to focus on one and follow its progress throughout the simulation, which you will be asked to do at certain points. So to figure out why Lisa is so tired, we first need to think about healthy bodies. What are some things the human body needs to function? So go ahead and pause right now and just think of that question. What does the human body need in order to function? Let's think of this next question. What are some signs you can observe when a human body is functioning properly? If someone's body is functioning properly, how can you tell? What do you notice? Sometimes it's easier to tell when a body's not functioning properly because you can see like, oh, something's wrong. But what about when something's right? When a body is functioning normally, what does that look like in a human? So hopefully you thought of a couple things that the human body needs. Two of those things are food and air, oxygen. Some of you probably said water too. So as you explore the Metabolism Sim again, watch what happens to the food and air that enter this healthy body simulation. So here's what we're going to do. We're going to observe it a second time. So you might want to reset it. Watch what happens to the food and air that enter this healthy simulation body. And we're going to answer this question. Well, what does happen? So go ahead, take a moment, restart the sim, and keep an eye on the food and the air. So what happened to the food and the air? Well, you probably noticed that they entered and went to different places. Different things happened to those molecules. Where did those molecules ultimately end up? These are some of the things that we wanted to observe. So here's our unit question, the big question of the entire unit. How do the trillions of cells in the human body get what they need to function? And what do the cells do with the things that they absorb? In the last unit, we talked about single-celled organisms. And a single-celled organism, it does everything that it needs to on its own. However, you are a multicellular organism, and your cells, they can't live by themselves. They need all the other cells in your body working together. One of the things that they need those cells for is to get their nutrients that they need. They need to get oxygen. They need to get food and fuel. So how do the trillions of cells in the human bodies get what they need to function? What do the cells do once they do get it? Our unit question, or our chapter question, the question that we're focusing just on in this chapter, is why does Elisa feel tired all the time? We're trying to figure this out. So the next thing we're going to observe in this sim, we're going to focus on is the cellular level. The yellow box represents just one cell. In this model of the healthy human body, you can zoom into the cell by pressing on the cell and then on the magnifying glass, okay? So that's how we're going to observe it. The trillions of cells in the body have some similarities in the ways that they function, so we can learn more about what all cells need by observing one cell in the simulation. So is this cell representative of every single cell? Does every single cell act in the exact same way? No, they don't. But some of the basic things that a cell is going to do, most cells are going to do, is going to be represented by this in the simulation. So what you're going to do is just pay attention to what's happening in this cell as you go through the simulation. All right, focus on this. Which molecules are entering the cell? What does it look like happens to those molecules? Go ahead, run the simulation again, and focus just on the cell, specifically on the molecules. Great. Now we're going to return to Elisa and talk a little bit more about her condition. So first, let's talk about this word metabolism. We're defining it as the body's use of molecules for energy and growth. When I asked some of you about it previously, some of you said things pretty similar to this definition. A lot of you said things to do with energy, how the body uses food, things like that. So throughout the unit, hey, if you have questions about a word, go to the glossary, look them up, find those definitions. In the sim, what did we observe? We observed that in a functioning, healthy body, certain molecules that come from food and air are transported into the body's cells. We saw that there's a big process that they go through, and we're going to talk more about that process. But ultimately, molecules come into the body, and molecules are trying to get to each cell in the entire human body. So any other ideas now, thinking about Elisa, and she's tired all the time, are there any new things that we might have in mind as far as why she might be feeling tired all the time? Knowing now that, hey, cells need molecules in order to make energy, basically. Is there anything that we can think of? Like maybe it's this part of her body, maybe it's this part of her body, maybe it's this. With the metabolism simulation, we're going to be able to use it in order to identify and pinpoint what is actually going on in her body. We're going to get some information. We're going to be able to apply that information to the simulation as we go through the unit. So let's jump to the homework. In the homework, you're actually going to go on a diet. Well, your simulation is going to go on a diet. You're going to come up with 3 different diets to use in the simulation, and you're going to see how many molecules are going to get to the cells. So in the homework section in Amplify, it has detailed instructions for you to follow. Please follow each of the instructions right here, listed right here. Launch the metabolism simulation, select healthy body. Oh, and we're not doing observe this time. This time we're doing test. In test mode, you set up a pre-planned diet by pressing on items under the add food source, okay? You're going to write down how many servings of each food you gave the person, and then once you reach what number, you press play and observe the simulation. The diet is selected is fed to the body automatically, and the test runs until the timer reaches 200. During the test, you can observe the Metabolism Sim in the live view, or you can switch to the graph. Did you know there was a graph view? It is right here. Ta-da! Okay. You can switch to the graph view. In the graph view, you can see the final results for total molecules absorbed by cells, which is the data you'll record below. What are they talking about? This information right here, total molecules absorbed by cells. So once the simulation stops, these are the numbers that you need to record right down here: glucose, amino acids, and oxygen. Okay, so how many diets are you doing? 3 different diets. You need to let it go to 200, stop it, record all your information, reset it, and then plug in your next diet. Okay, after you do all that, make sure you hit hand in on everything, and you're done. We'll see you next time. Go have a sandwich and some fish and corn.